Puppy Vaccination Schedule. Complete Guide 26. Every single year, thousands of puppies die from diseases that a simple vaccine would have prevented. Not because their owners didn't love them, not because they couldn't afford it, but because nobody sat them down and clearly explained what vaccines their puppy needed, when they needed them, and why missing even one appointment can reset the entire protection process. Today, that changes. This is the complete 2026 Puppy Vaccination Guide, built around the latest veterinary recommendations. Every vaccine, every age, every reason why it matters. Straightforward, clear, and nothing left out. Whether your puppy is 8 weeks old or 6 months, this guide is for you. Save it, share it, come back to it. Your puppy's life literally depends on it. Why vaccines matter more than most owners know. Before the schedule, let me tell you something that most first-time puppy owners don't fully appreciate until it is too late. Puppies are born with a temporary window of protection called maternal immunity. Antibodies passed from their mother through colostrum, the first milk. This protection is real and it works, but it fades. And the timing of when it fades varies from puppy to puppy. Here is the dangerous part. While maternal immunity is fading, there is a gap, sometimes days, sometimes weeks, where the puppy is vulnerable. No maternal protection, no vaccine protection yet. Just a small body in a world full of potentially fatal pathogens. Vaccines are timed specifically to close that gap as tightly as possible. Every appointment on this schedule exists for a reason. Miss one, and that gap widens. How old is your puppy right now? Drop their age and breed in the comments. I want to know exactly where you are on this journey. Understanding core VE's non-core vaccines before we get into the schedule, you need to understand this distinction, because it determines which vaccines your puppy must have and which ones depend on their lifestyle. Core vaccines are recommended for every single puppy, regardless of breed, size, lifestyle, or location. These protect against diseases so serious, so contagious, or so widespread that no puppy should go without them. Non-core vaccines are recommended based on your puppy's specific risk factors, where you live, whether they will be boarded, whether they spend time in dog parks, water sources, or wildlife areas. Your vet will assess which non-core vaccines apply to your specific puppy. But the core vaccines, those are non-negotiable for every dog on Earth. 6 to 8 weeks. The first appointment, most puppies come home between 6 and 8 weeks old. And the first vaccine appointment should happen as close to 6 weeks as possible, ideally before they even arrive at your home if the breeder is responsible. DA2PP, first dose the DA2PP combination vaccine, also called the DHPP or distemper combo, covers 4 of the most dangerous diseases a puppy can encounter. Distemper, a viral disease affecting the respiratory, gastrointestinal, and neurological systems. There is no cure. Most puppies that contract it die or suffer permanent neurological damage. Adenovirus type 2 hepatitis causes infectious canine hepatitis, attacking the liver with rapid and often fatal consequences. Parainfluenza, a highly contagious respiratory virus, contributing to kennel cough complex. Parvovirus, arguably the most feared puppy disease in veterinary medicine. Parvo attacks the intestinal lining, causing bloody diarrhea, severe dehydration, and sepsis. Mortality rates in unvaccinated puppies can reach 90%. It survives in soil for up to 7 years. You can carry it home on your shoes without knowing. Parvo is not a distant threat. It is in parks, pavements, and pet store floors right now. The only protection is vaccination, and it has to start here. Bordetella, first dose, non-core, highly recommended. Bordetella bronchoseptica is the primary bacterial cause of kennel cough. If your puppy will ever be near other dogs, boarding, grooming, training classes, dog parks, this vaccine is effectively essential regardless of its non-core classification. Is this your puppy's first round of vaccines, or are you catching up on a missed schedule? Drop your situation in the comments. No judgment, just help. 10 to 12 weeks. Building the shield, this appointment's critical. And it is the one most commonly skipped because the puppy seems healthy, and owners assume the first shot covered everything. It did not. Here is why. Vaccines work by stimulating the immune system to produce antibodies. In very young puppies, The residual maternal immunity can actually interfere with the vaccine, blocking the immune response before it fully develops. This is called maternal antibody interference. The series of 3 to 4 vaccines given over the first 16 weeks ensures that at least one dose lands after maternal immunity has fully faded, giving the immune system the clean opportunity it needs to mount a full protective response. Miss this appointment and the entire series may need to restart. DA2PP, second dose, reinforces the immune response from the first dose and begins overcoming any remaining maternal antibody interference. Leptospirosis, first dose, non-core, widely recommended. Leptospira bacteria are found in contaminated water, soil, and the urine of wildlife, rats, raccoons, deer. Dogs that drink from puddles, ponds, or streams face real exposure risk. Leptospirosis causes kidney and liver failure and is also transmissible to humans, making it a public health concern as well as a pet health one. If your puppy will ever step outside, and they will ask your vet about this one. Lyme disease, first dose, non-core, region-dependent. If you live in or near a tick endemic region, large areas of North America, Europe, and parts of Asia, Lyme disease vaccination is strongly recommended. Discuss with your vet based on your specific location. 14-16 weeks. Closing the window, this is the most important appointment in the entire puppy vaccine series. And the reason is parvovirus. Maternal antibodies against parvovirus last longer than antibodies against other diseases. Some puppies still carry enough maternal parvovirus antibodies at 12 weeks to interfere with the vaccine. The 16-week dose ensures that every puppy, regardless of their maternal antibody timeline, receives a dose after that interference window has fully closed. DA2PP, third and final dose, this is the dose that completes the core series. After this appointment, your puppy has received the full foundational immune protection that will carry them through to their first annual booster. Rabies, single dose, legally required in most countries and regions worldwide. Rabies is universally fatal once clinical symptoms appear, in any mammal including humans. A single dose between 12 and 16 weeks provides protection and legal compliance simultaneously. Some regions require a second rabies dose 1 year after the first before transitioning to a 3-year booster cycle. Your vet will confirm local requirements. Leptospirosis, second dose, the second and final dose of the 2-dose leptospirosis primary series. Both doses are required for initial protection. Lyme disease, second dose, if applicable, completes the 2-dose Lyme primary series for puppies in high-risk regions. Has your puppy had their 16-week appointment yet? Tell me in the comments, and tell me which vaccine surprised you the most on this list. 12 to 16 months. The first annual booster at 12 to 16 months, your puppy, now transitioning to a young adult dog, is due for their first annual booster. This appointment is just as important as any in the puppy series. DA2PPP booster reinforces the core protection established in puppyhood. After this booster, most dogs transition to a 3-year DA2PP cycle. Rabies booster confirms the initial rabies protection. Depending on local law and the vaccine product used, this may be annual or transition to a 3-year cycle. Leptospirosis annual booster. Leptospirosis immunity wanes faster than some other vaccines. Annual boosters are required to maintain protection throughout your dog's life. Bordetella annual or biannual booster for dogs with regular exposure to other dogs. Boarding, grooming, training. Bordetella is typically boosted every 6 to 12 months. This appointment also includes a full physical examination, making it your annual opportunity to catch any developing health issues before they become serious. What happens if you miss a vaccine? This is the question most owners are afraid to ask their vet. So let me answer it clearly and without judgment. If you miss by a few days or a week, call your vet immediately. In most cases, you can catch up without restarting the series, particularly for the middle doses. If your puppy has gone past 16 weeks without completing the series may need to be restarted depending on how much time has passed and which doses were missed. Your vet will assess. If your adult dog has lapsed on annual boosters, titer testing can help determine whether existing immunity is still adequate before deciding whether a full restart is necessary. The single most important thing to understand is this: there is no benefit to waiting and hoping the immunity held. Call your vet, explain the gap, get back on track. The diseases these vaccines prevent do not wait for a convenient time. 2026 updates. What is new this year? Veterinary vaccinate guidelines are reviewed and updated regularly by the world's small animal veterinary association and regional bodies. Here is what is relevant for 2026. Leptospirosis coverage has expanded. The 4-serovar leptospirosis vaccine, protecting against the 4 most clinically relevant strains, is now the standard recommendation in most regions, replacing older 2-serovar products. If your dog received the older product, ask your vet about upgrading. Canine influenza awareness is increasing. H3N2 and H3N8 canine influenza viruses continue to circulate and cause outbreaks. For dogs with regular social exposure, canine influenza vaccination is increasingly recommended even in regions where it was not previously prioritized. T3 testing recognition is growing. An increasing number of vets and regulatory bodies now accept T3 testing, blood tests measuring existing antibody levels, as a valid alternative to automatic annual boosters for certain vaccines. This is particularly relevant for DA2PP in adult dogs. Ask your vet if T3 testing is appropriate for your dog. Did you know T3 testing was an option? Drop a yes or no below, and let me know if this is something you would consider for your dog. The complete 2026 schedule at a glance. Let me give you the complete schedule in one clear overview. Age vaccine 6-8 weeks, DPP 1. Bordetella on 10-12 weeks 2, Lepto 1. Lyme 1 14-16 weeks 3, Rabies, Lepto 2, Lyme 2 12-16 months, PP booster, Rabies booster, Lepto booster, Bordetella booster. Every 1-3 years. Rabies per local law. Lepto annual asterisk denotes region and lifestyle dependent. Screenshot this. Save it to your phone. Put it on your fridge. This schedule is your puppy's protection roadmap. What to expect at each visit. A quick practical note for first-time puppy owners, because the vet visit itself can feel overwhelming. Before the appointment, bring any vaccination records from the breeder or shelter. Your vet needs to know exactly which vaccines have already been given and when. During the appointment, your vet will do a physical examination before administering vaccines. If your puppy is unwell on the day, some vaccines may be postponed, and that is the right call. Vaccines work best in a healthy immune system. After the appointment, mild lethargy and slight soreness at the injection site are completely normal for 24 to 48 hours. Keep your puppy calm and comfortable. Monitor for any unusual swelling, persistent vomiting, difficulty breathing, or facial swelling. These are rare but require immediate veterinary attention. Socialization note: avoid high-risk public areas like dog parks and pet store floors until the full primary series is complete. But do socialize your puppy in controlled, safe environments during this window. The socialization period closes at 12 weeks and cannot be recovered. Closing. Here is what I want you to walk away with today. Vaccines are not a formality. They are not a box to tick on a form. They are the reason diseases that once killed millions of dogs every year are now largely preventable, and the reason your puppy gets to live a full, healthy, long life instead of a shortened one. Every appointment on this schedule is a deposit into your dog's future, and there is no more important investment you will ever make for them. Drop your puppy's name, breed, and age in the comments right now. And tell me which vaccine on this schedule you didn't know about before today. I read every single comment, and I genuinely want to know. Save this video and share it with every new puppy owner you know, because this guide could be the most useful thing they receive in that first overwhelming week. Subscribe to Pets Health Hub and hit the bell. Every week we bring you honest, practical, science-backed content that helps your pet live their healthiest and longest possible life. Until next time, protect your puppy. They are counting on you.